What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
I bought this BarrowCH Star1 case in October of 2021, but I have not used it. Every day it beckons my name. Build me! Build me, it says, taunting me with its unique looks and integrated distro plate. I say no! Not today, for I am too busy. Well, today is the day, folks. So, I'm Concept Soup. This is a bottle of Azaro Chrome Eau de Toilette, and this is the BarrowCH Star1 case build. We're building in one of the most unique cases I've ever seen. I know of maybe 5 YouTubers that have tried out this case before, and it appears to be discontinued, so I could well be in an elite club of frankly pathetic losers with nothing better to do, but an elite club nonetheless. Now the Star1 is what's called a distro case, meaning that the case itself acts as a tank for the coolant fluid. It also directs the fluid around by having various cutouts and various routing. It has holes placed on it to route your tubing. It's got a heavy metal base to stop it toppling over, but essentially your components just dangle from the case itself, and it's completely open to the elements. There is space for 2 360mm radiators on the back, which is where the heat is dissipated. In modern, full liquid-cooled systems, you do need 2 radiators to make it worthwhile. Now for accessories, it comes with a power button, but that's essentially it. The rest of it is just you screwing it all together. There is an integrated RGB strip around the motherboard tray, but you need this fancy adapter that I had to get off eBay to make it work. For some reason they don't include that. I really wanted the vertical mount kit for the video card as well, but sadly I couldn't find it anywhere, and really the Barrow's own one is the only one that's going to work with this case. For the parts, I am recycling parts from my old build. We've got an RTX 3090 Aorus Master with an EK Quantum Vector water block and backplate, and that's going to form obviously the graphics solution. We've got a Ryzen 9 5950X, which is under an EK Velocity squared block and sitting in an MSI X570S Carbon. We've got 4 NVMe Gen 4 SSDs, which I need for making these videos, among some other projects as well. We've also got 64GB of DDR4 3600 CL16 memory. For the pump, it is easiest if you use Barrow's own pump, but I find I can only really use D5 pumps. The other ones make an annoying noise, which I hate. It's just that right frequency to really annoy me. So I'll be jury-rigging this EK Inertia D5 pump into the case. We've got some EK hard tubing for the bulk of the routing. I believe this is acrylic. We've also got some soft tubing by Mayhems, which I had lying around, and that's going to be used for the trickier bits that I'm just not skillful enough to do. I can do rigid tube cooling, but I am by no means an expert. I just can't get it as perfectly straight as some of the guys out there can, so I'm just tempering your expectations for this build a little bit. Problems, problems, problems. Blimey. Oh my. Oh, Petunia, I can't stand it. Rigid tube cooling is a pain in the arse. It's very unforgiving. Don't do it if you're quick to anger. Props and suitable regards to the experts out there, because this is truly skillful work if you can do it properly, not like I've done it. I must say I'm not 100% happy with the tubing runs that I've done, but there's just no way I can stomach taking it apart again. I am a broken man. There's a bit of Frankensteinian mess by the pump as well, but again, I was at the point where I'd simply had enough and just thought, look, I just want something that's going to carry the fluid through, so that's what I did. But with that said, overall, I'm really happy with the design. It's very unique. It takes up surprisingly little space on the desk as well. It's quite a narrow setup. Now, this is my current setup. In total, it has the FlexiSpot standing desk. It's got dual 1440p monitors. All works really nicely together. It's a great workflow. If you haven't tried a sit-to-stand desk before, it's actually a real game changer. Keeps you active, it's great for your core muscles, and you just feel so much more dynamic and free when you have a standing desk. The performance is as expected. Brilliant. More than enough for me. I have no need for the 40 series graphics cards, nor any of the latest gen CPUs, so this suits me down to the ground. One of the problems I've found with this system, though, is the CPU temperature. It stays lovely and cool during normal tasks, and indeed during heavy all-core workloads, usually staying under 70 degrees, even under those heavy loads. But spiky style loads like gaming, they do push this thing into the 80 degrees C territory. If any of you know why that might be happening, please share it with me, because I'd love to know. It's just one CCD that's about 15 degrees hotter than the other one. Now the block, I know it's properly mounted, it's got thermal grizzly paste on it, and come to think of it, I think I've had this problem before, so I don't think it's anything to do with the mount. Maybe I've just got a bad chip, but if you've got some ideas, please chuck them in the comments. Bottom line, custom liquid cooling is an enthusiast hobby. It is not worth it for most people. I would not pay for this gear for any reason other than as a fun project. You'll get almost the same results by getting a higher end air-cooled video card and an AIO CPU cooler. Custom cooling also requires more maintenance, so that's something to bear in mind as well. It's not just something you can slap together, it requires planning and skillful execution. I think my next build is going to be ITX for my personal rig, but that's going to be many, many years away, guys. Plus, ideally, I'm going to want a board out there that's going to support 4 M2 SSDs, and as it stands, I don't think there is one that exists. But that's a job for another day. I hope you've enjoyed, and I want to see your thoughts below in the comments. Check out this video on the Phanteks G360A for a more down-to-earth mid-range style, and never, ever, ever forget that this is a bottle of Azzaro Chrome. And guys, this is the perfect gym frag. Inoffensive, citrus, woody, but not too in your face. Longevity is not great, nor is the sillage, but for hot weather, this thing is lovely. Bye!